This lesson, we're going to be learning about factors. So pause the video and have a go at these starter questions. Best of luck. And here are the answers. So the naughty words for today is to be able to identify factors of a number. And the Maths Watch clip is N10. Factors of a number are numbers that when multiplied, they give you the original number. So, for example, factors of 4 are the numbers 1, 2, and 4. Because if we think about 4, factors of 4, what numbers can we multiply to get 4? Well, we could do 1 times 4, and we could do 2 times 2. So there we've got the factors of 4, which are 1, 2, and 4. 1, 2, and 4. And let's think about the factors of 12. What are the factors of 12? Well, we could do 1 times 12. We could do 2 times 6. We could do 3 times 4. Now, obviously, we can do 4 times 3. Because we've already got 3 and 4 written there, we don't include that. So the factors of 12 are 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12. Okay, so when you're figuring out what you multiply to get your number, to find the factors, if you always start with the smallest number on the left and slowly increase, hopefully you won't miss any, and you'll be able to find the duplicates as soon as they appear. Okay, so let's have a look at some questions now. So we need to complete this Venn diagram. Now, this whole box will contain all factors of 20. Okay, so only factors of 20 will appear in this box. In the circle on the left, we will have factors of 12. In the circle on the right, we will have factors of 16. And in the overlap, we will have factors of 12 and 16, okay? And anything that is a factor of 20 that isn't a factor of 12 or 16 will go outside the box, okay? So let's think about what numbers we can first include in this Venn diagram. And those will be the factors of 20. Okay, what can we multiply to get 20? Well, we could do 1 times 20. We could do 2 times 10. Or we could do 4 times 5. So the factors of 20 are 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20. Okay? And that is going to contain, so now from these numbers, we're going to pick factors of 12 and factors of 16. So let's think about the factors of 12. So factors of 12, we've got 1 times 12. We've got 2 times 6. And we've got 3 times 4. Okay? Now, which of these numbers are included? So which of these numbers match up with the factors of 12? So in other words, what are the same factors in these numbers? Well, there's no 12 in factors of 20, so we have to get rid of that. There's no 6 in factors of 20, and there's no 3s in factors of 20, okay? So we have to get rid of those, okay? Now let's think about factors of 16. Factors of 16 are 1 times 16, 2 times 8, and 4 times 4. Okay, it is a duplicate, but we need to write them down so we know how we remember how we got 16, okay? Now, which of the factors of 16 are not factors of 20? Well, 16 is not a factor, and 8's not a factor, okay? But the 4 is. But let's get rid of the extra 4 just to keep it simple, okay? So, what are the common factors? Let's do this overlap first between 12 and 16. What is the common overlap of factors of 12 and factors of 16? Well, we've got 1, we've got 2, and we've got 4. So it looks like in this Venn diagram, the overlap of 12 and 16 that are factors of 20 are 1, 2, and 4. Okay? And are there any other factors any other factors of 12 that aren't factors of 16? No, there's not. And are there any other factors of 16 that aren't 12? No, there's not. So what numbers do we have left over from the factors of 20? So we've already used 1 and 2 and 4. So that means the numbers that are going to go outside of these two circles are 5, 10, and 20. Okay? So that's how you do the first one. Let's have a think of the second diagram now. So this question, the whole Venn diagram will contain factors of 32, sorry. And we have two circles. One is factors of 8 and one is factors of 24. So factors of 32, factors of 8, and factors... pen's not broken. So let's think about factors of 32. So what numbers can we multiply to get 32? Well, we could do 1 times 32. We could do 2 times 16. Can't do 3 times anything. We can do 4 times 8. We can't do 5 times anything. But we can't do 6 times anything or 7. And then we can do 8 times 4. So these are the only factors of 32, okay? So let's think about the factors of 8. Well, we've got 1 times 8. And we've got 2 times 4. Okay? Now, are any of the factors of 8 not factors of 32? No, all of the factors of 8 are included in factors of 32. Okay, so we can keep all these factors in. What about factors of 24? Well, we've got 1 times 24. We've got 2 times 12. We could do 3 times 8. And we can do 4 times 6. We can't do 5 times anything. And we could do 6 times 4, but we've already duplicated there, okay? So we're not going to do that. Now, are there any factors of 24 that are not factors of 32? 24 is not a factor. 12 is not a factor. 8 is a factor. 3 isn't a factor. And 6 is not a factor. Okay? So now let's have a think about completing this Venn diagram. Okay? So what numbers overlap in factors of 8 and factors of 24? Well, we've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 4, and we've got 8. So all these numbers will go in the overlap of these factors of 8 and factors of 24, okay, that are all factors of 32. Are there any other numbers that are not factors of... Are there any factors of 8 that aren't factors of 24? No, because we've highlighted them all. Are there any factors of 24 that aren't factors of 8? No, because we've highlighted them all. That only leaves us with the numbers that we haven't highlighted, that we haven't already put in the Venn diagrams. We've used 1, 2, 4, and 8. So the only numbers not included will be 16 and 32. Okay? Let's have a look at the last question now. So now we've got factors of 36 and factors of 12, okay? So the whole Venn diagram is going to include factors of 36. So all these numbers will need to be included at some point. We're then going to consider factors of 12 and factors of 8. Okay, so what numbers can I multiply to get 36? Well, I could do 1 times 36. I could do 2 times 18. I could do 3 times 12. I could do 4 times 9. I can't do 5 times anything. And I can do 6 times 6. Can't do 7 times anything. I can't do 8 times anything. But I could do 9 times something. But we've already got 4 times 9, so we're going to stop there. What about factors of 12? I could do 1 times 12, 2 times 6, 3 times 4. And I have to stop there because the next one will be 4 times 3, and that's a duplicate. And what about factors of 8? Well, I've got 1 times 8, and I've got 2 times 4. Okay? Now, are there any factors of 12 and 8 that are not factors of 36? Looking at all of these, I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, and 12 are all factors of 36, so they can all stay. The only factor of 8 that isn't a factor of 36 is 8. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of that. Now, what numbers are overlapped between factors 12 and 8? So I've got 1, 2, 4, and that's it. Those are the only common factors of those numbers. So in the overlap, I can write 1, 2, and 4, because they're the only common factors of 12 and 8. What does that leave us with of factors of 12? Well, that leaves me with 3, 6, and 12. Okay, these are only factors of 12. They're not factors of 8 as well. And what about factors of 8? Are there any factors of 8 that are not factors of 12? No, they're not, because we've used them all. And what numbers are not factors of 12 or 8, that are factors of 36. So what are the rest of the numbers that we need? So we've used 1, 2, 4, and that's it. So the rest of the numbers, but we've also used 6 as well, so we can't include 6. And we've also used 12, okay? So let's have a look at the rest of these numbers. 3, 9, 18, and 36, okay? Now, another question you could be asked is, what is the highest common factor? Okay. Okay, and all that means is what is the highest number in this overlap here? Okay, and in this case, the highest common factor is 4. It is the highest common factor of all of these numbers. Okay, if we go back through the examples now, what is the... Have they disappeared? What is the highest common factor of this one? Well, the highest common factor is 4 again. Highest common factor for this one is 4, okay? And for the other example, the highest common factor, or is sometimes referred to as the HCF. In this example, it is 8. Okay? So that's another question. After you've done these factors, you'll be asked to find the highest common factor, okay? And it's just the highest number in the overlap, okay? So here comes your main task. So pause the video and have a go at these Venn diagrams. Best of luck. And here are the answers. Very well done if you got those all right. And for the checking question now. So a prime number is a number that's only divisible by itself and 1. Okay? For the numbers 1 to 30, how many prime numbers are there? And remember, very important, very common mistake this, 1 is not a prime number because it only has one factor, okay? Another definition of primes is that they have to have 2 factors, okay? But 1 only has 1. So pause the video and think how many prime numbers there are. Best of luck. Okay, and the answers are between 1 and 10, the prime numbers are 2, 3, 5, and 7. And then the rest of them are 1, 13, 17, 19, 23, and 29. So very well done if you got those prime numbers, okay? So thank you for listening. I'll see you next lesson. Bye now.